Do you know that specific feeling? You enter a trade, you've analyzed it, it looks perfect, everything lines up. You pull the trigger. Then the market ticks against you. Just a little bit. You hold. You tell yourself, it'll come back. It's just noise. It drops further. Now you're nervous. Your stop loss is approaching, but instead of exiting, you move it. You convince yourself you're just giving the trade room to breathe. 5 minutes later, you're staring at a blown account. Again. The shame hits you harder than the financial loss. You sit there asking yourself, why am I smart enough to succeed in my career, my relationships, and my life, but I keep acting like a complete idiot when I open a chart? If that stings, good, because today we're fixing it. Most of you think you have a strategy problem. You don't. You have an evolution problem. There are 4 specific stages of a trader, and right now you are stuck in one of them. Today, I'm going to tell you exactly where you are and exactly how to break out of it before the market breaks you permanently. Welcome back. Let's cut the fluff. The internet is full of Lamborghinis and screenshots of 1000% gains. That is marketing. It is not trading. Real trading is boring. Real trading is essentially risk management disguised as finance. But to get to that point, the point where you make money while you sleep, you have to survive the evolution. Every professional trader you admire, every mentor you follow, has walked through hell to get to where they are. I'm going to walk you through these 4 stages. I want you to be brutally honest with yourself about where you are, because if you lie to yourself about your stage, you will never, ever leave it. Let's start with stage 1. We call this unconscious incompetence, or as I prefer to call it, the casino phase. This is where everyone starts. You saw an ad or a friend made some crypto money and you thought, how hard can it be? It goes up or down, it's 50-50. You open an account, you buy, maybe you get lucky. In fact, the worst thing that can happen to a stage 1 trader is winning your first trade. Why? Because it convinces you that you are a genius when you are actually just lucky. Here are the symptoms of stage 1. See if this sounds like you. Number 1, you have no trading plan. None. You're trading off vibes. Number 2, you risk 10, 20, or even 50% of your account on a single trade because you want to double your money fast. Number 3, you don't use stop losses because you watch the screen. Listen to me closely. If you are trading without a stop loss, you are not a trader. You are a donation service to the market makers. The pain of stage 1 isn't the slow bleed, it's the catastrophe. This stage usually ends in a blow-up. You lose everything in one afternoon. You feel cheated. You think the market is rigged against you personally. If you are here, stop trading live money immediately. You are paying tuition to the market, but you aren't learning the lesson. Open a demo account. Do not put a single dollar into the market until you can explain what risk-to-reward ratio means to a 10-year-old. Now, let's assume you survived the blow-up. You realized, okay, I don't know what I'm doing. I need to learn. Welcome to stage 2. This is called conscious incompetence. I call it the cycle of doom. This is the longest, most painful stage. This is the graveyard of traders. This is where 90% of people quit. Why? Because you are working harder than ever. You are studying, you are trying, and you are still losing money. Does your chart look like a coloring book? Are there so many lines, indicators, clouds, and oscillators that you can barely see the price candles? In stage 2, you become a hoarder of information. You are buying courses, you are watching every YouTube video, you are switching strategies every week. Monday, you're a swing trader. Wednesday, you're a scalper. Friday, you're trading crypto bots. The psychology of stage 2 is dangerous because you are looking for the holy grail. You think there is a secret indicator that the banks use to never lose. You think if you just find the right settings on your MACD or the perfect Fibonacci level, the losses will stop. Here is the hard truth that nobody wants to tell you. The Holy Grail does not exist. The market is an environment of uncertainty. You are trying to find certainty where there is none. In this stage, you hesitate to pull the trigger because you're scared. Then, when the price moves without you, you experience FOMO and buy at the top. You take a loss and you get angry. You try to make it back immediately. That is called revenge trading. At this point, you aren't trading the market anymore, you are trading your own emotions. I want you to pause and think about your last 10 trades. Did you follow your rules or did you just feel like it was going up? Be honest. So how do you get out of the hell of stage 2? How do you stop bleeding money? You have to have the pivot. The pivot isn't a new strategy. It's not a new indicator. It's a shift in your identity. You stop trying to predict the future. You start managing risk. The realization sounds like this. I cannot control where the market goes. I can only control how much I lose if I am wrong. You realize that prediction is vanity, but risk control is sanity. You realize that a 60% win rate is fantastic. You realize that you can be wrong 50% of the time and still make a fortune if your winners are bigger than your losers. This is the moment you stop caring about being right and start caring about being profitable. They are not the same thing. Once you have this realization, you enter stage 3, conscious competence. This is where you start making money. But here's the catch. It feels like work. It is not exciting. It is boring. You have a system, you follow it. Before you enter a trade, you know exactly where you are getting out if you are wrong and exactly where you are getting out if you are right. In stage 3, risk management is God. You never risk more than 1 or 2% of your equity, ever. No exceptions. You journal everything. You track your emotions, your setup, your exit. And most importantly, you accept losses. In stage 2, a loss hurt your ego. In stage 3, a loss is just a business expense. It's like a restaurant buying food. Sometimes food spoils. You throw it out and keep cooking. You don't burn down the restaurant because a tomato went bad. The struggle of stage 3 is discipline fatigue. It is hard to be this disciplined every single day. You will have days where you want to gamble, but you don't because you treat this as a profession now, not a hobby. If you are here, your goal is to optimize. Review your journal. Are you exiting too early? Are you holding too long? Tweak the process, not the strategy, the execution. And finally, if you grind through that, you reach stage 4, unconscious competence. This is the destination. This is the flow state. You don't have to force yourself to be disciplined anymore. It has become who you are. You look at a chart and you just see it. It's like driving a car. When you first learned to drive, you had to think about the blinker, the mirror, the gas pedal, the brake. Now you drive home and you don't even remember the trip. That is stage 4 trading. You execute, you manage, you repeat. You don't get a dopamine rush when you win. You don't feel a pit in your stomach when you lose. You are essentially a machine. The money is just a byproduct of good habits. This is where financial freedom happens. But notice, you can't jump from stage 1 to stage 4. You cannot buy a stage 4 mindset in a $97 course. You have to bleed through stage 2 and grind through stage 3 to earn the right to be here. So the question remains, what stage are you in? Are you the gambler throwing money at the wall and praying? Are you the student paralyzed by indicators and fear, constantly switching strategies? Or are you the risk manager, slowly building your edge? Do not lie to yourself. The market will expose your lies eventually anyway. Here is my challenge to you for this week. One actionable step. I want you to take your next 10 trades with half your usual position size. Why? Because I want to see if you can follow your rules when the money doesn't matter as much. Prove to yourself that you can execute the process without the emotional baggage of the money. Focus on the process, not the profit. The profit will take care of itself. If you found value in this reality check and you're ready to stop gambling and start trading, keep focused. We do the hard work here. I'll see you on the charts.